Hey everybody, welcome back to another vintage electronics video. And for those of you who are Radio Shack Realistic fans, this is a special one for you. It's the Realistic CTR 69 voice-activated desktop cassette tape recorder. Got it at Goodwill for about $6 a few weeks ago. As you can see on the side of the box, this particular tape recorder is voice-activated. It records when you speak, stops when you stop, has a built-in mic and switchable auto level for easy recording, the end of tape auto stop, an LED indicator for the battery, recording and output level, and has the options of the AC, DC, or 4C batteries. Made back in the early 90s, this tape recorder has all your standard features, including the automatic level control, tone control, volume record level even, which is kind of exciting. We'll zoom in on some of this a little bit later on. It also is voice activated, and this is pretty cool because you never know, you might have something important to say. You just turn your tape recorder on and leave it there, and then when you have something important you want to put on your tape recorder, you talk, and then it'll record that, and then it'll stop when you stop talking. That was the theory, at least. We'll see if it works. This particular model is in very good condition, actually. Maybe a little bit of a scuff mark in the back there, but that could just be a bit of tape or something. But let's go ahead and take a look at some of the features. Taking a look at the front part of the machine, it has all your standard, cassette deck features, the record, play, rewind, fast forward, stop, and pause. There is a VOX control. That is the control that allows you to record by voice activation. I have it on out right now, but if you wanted to use it, you could put it on low or high. So it just does that. Automatic level control, in or out, the tone control, and the volume and record level too. There's a record and low battery indicator, and also a VU meter built into it as well, and a condenser microphone on the far right side of the front panel, speaker right there, and of course your cassette mechanism is right there, and even has a counter, which is also quite handy. On the side there's your AC power cord plug and a 6-volt DC plug as well. The machine I got did not come with a power cord. I'm assuming it did come with it originally. Over here on the left side of the machine you've got a earphone or speaker output, auxiliary, I'm assuming that's for an input, and then your remote start and your microphone plug. Alright, now that we've seen the features of this tape recorder, let's see if it works. I'm going to start things off by using a cassette tape that I found at a thrift store. And check this out. This is old. This is a Libotone tape cartridge. And if you notice in the middle, it has the old-fashioned compact cassette logo on it, which definitely dates this to, I'm sure, the probably late 60s to early 70s. And this actually was a mailer. You could actually record something, maybe something from the family, whatever you want, maybe an air check if you were a radio person, and then actually put a stamp on it and an address and a return address and the whole thing. This was made in Mexico, by the way. The contents assembled in Mexico with USA components, and the parcel may also be opened for postal inspection. I'm not sure if you can read that, but that's what it says there too. Alright, let's see what happens if I just want to record something normally. We'll turn the voice activation part off and hit record. And let's see what happens. I'll talk into this for a little bit here, and then we'll rewind it and see what happens. Talk into this for a little bit here, and then we'll rewind it and see what happens. All right, well, that works pretty good. Now let's try it the way we want to do it if we wanted to use the voice activation. I'm going to set the voice activation level to low, and I'm assuming what happens now is you hit the record and nothing will record until you speak. So I'm going to see if I can get this angle so that we can see the reels on the cassette tape moving. Alright, now the theory is I'm going to be hitting record. I won't say anything for a little while. We'll see if the machine will record or not. Now I'll begin talking, and we'll see what happens. So far, the machine is not recording anything. Let's see if we move this to high and see what happens. Now I'm talking some more. Okay, now it began to record. I will talk for a little bit longer, and then I will stop talking. And it continues to record. The theory was it was going to stop recording when I stopped talking. But that's not happening. So I will hit stop. So that didn't work as far as stopping when there was no voice coming into, or no more sound coming into the microphone. Now there could be some ambient background noises that this is picking up on because the voice activation level was on high. Let me flip it back down to low and then do this. And now I will lean in a little bit, talk a little louder. Okay, now it's recording on the low function on the voice activation, and we'll see if it stops when I stop talking. And it does not. Let's try one more thing. Let's turn my automatic level control off. I'm now talking, and it did start recording right away. Let's see what happens if I stop talking. And it does not stop recording. In fact, the levels are just about non-existent on the VU meter, as you can see here. Let me flip this back on. And now we have a much better level. So the automatic level control definitely works on this machine. The voice activation starting part begins, but the stopping part does not. Although, obviously, when you're finished with your thought, just hit stop. I'm going to try one more thing before I give up on the voice activation stopping function. I'm going to put a microphone, plug a microphone in instead of using the condenser microphone. It just happens to be one of those old-fashioned Panasonic microphones. There we go. I'm going to plug it in the side here. And now we're going to try it and see what happens. Hey everybody, I'm now recording using the Panasonic microphone. I'm going to zero out my tape counter, and now I'm going to just shut up and see if this stops. And it still does not stop. Let's try flipping this to high. It still doesn't want to stop. I'm going to talk a little bit, then I'm going to cover this microphone up with something so it doesn't record background noises, just for the fun of it. And it still does not stop. Well, that's really no matter, to be totally honest with you. Perhaps it worked when it was new, close to 30 years ago. But if that's the only thing that's wrong with this recorder, that's okay. Otherwise, it works like a charm. It's a nice little find. Once again, the model CTR 69, realistic Radio Shack voice-activated desktop cassette tape recorder. I've been online, and you can get it on eBay and other sources for about 20 to 30 bucks, maybe 40. Found it at Goodwill for $6, so not a bad deal. Thanks for viewing this. If you have any comments, leave them below. Subscribe if you'd like to keep up with other future videos on Radio Shack and other items, and we'll be with you next time. Thank you.